I know those Badlands. I know every foot of them. In August, in this region of Texas, is a virtual hellhole. And I have seen some cold weather, okay? As cold as it gets in this country. My dad telling us to go saddle up your horses and the wind's out of the north, 30 miles an hour and it's 15 degrees, and I was thinking, my God, not today, please.
How do you describe Wyman Meinzer?
He was different.
He's a whale of a trapper.
He's the real deal.
More of a Renaissance man.
He was Jeremiah Johnson from the Big Empty.
Crazy, wild. Yeah. My dad, he didn't like me hanging around Wyman.
I was a little bit intimidated the first time I ever met him in person.
He dressed like an old wolf hunter from back in the 1800s.
A little more complex than people think.
Wyman's full throttle on everything he does.
He is an artist.
He's the best all-around outdoorsman I've ever known.
And I swear, he can read an animal's mind.
You either love him or you hate him. He ain't gonna cover up or hide or, you know, I mean, you're gonna get Wyman Meinzer, and that's it. That's what I like, you know.
And Wyman's a wonderful guy. I just love him.
How would you describe yourself?
Let me think about this for a second. I was raised as a cowboy. It's a tough life, you know. It's 1974, whenever I first started trapping out on the Pitchfork. Those were the great years because it allowed me to be out on the land every day of the week, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, you know, 4 months out of the winter. I was out every day. I lived and breathed the outdoors. Come in the evening and skin the animals because I'd sell their furs to make my college loan payment and pay for the pickup and buy a little grub. In order to be a good predator hunter is to shoot quick and shoot accurately. You're going into the predator's habitat, so you're pitting your woodsmanship skills against his natural predatory instinct.
He would weigh the darn thing, measure the length of it from tip of its nose to its tail. He would age it by its teeth. Every coyote had a number, and he kept, you know, all these records.
From that, I felt like I could learn and understand the natural history of the animal. A moment in hunting history. Corny. On the specified date and at a time of 11:10 a.m., my father and I observed the movements of a coyote. It was part of me. It's what fed my soul at the time. In that trapping cabin was the time that I really began to appreciate great light. Early in the morning when I left camp, of course, you had to climb out of the canyon and you would see the light just touching the top of the ridges, and then down in the canyon it would be frosty and white and dark. And the contrast, and it just fascinated me, which was a telling prelude to what was to come. I appreciate more now going out and photographing an animal instead of shooting. From 76 to 78 or 79, I got rejection slips, you know, which was an inspiration to me because they pissed me off first. I made up my mind, I'm gonna make myself be good enough to be published. They're gonna want my images someday. 1979, I published in National Wildlife and in Texas Parks and Wildlife almost simultaneously. By the mid-80s, I was one of their biggest cover shooters in America. In 97, I was just called and said, you've been designated official state photographer of Texas. I have told my students, you don't shoot for these goals, but if you work and love and have a passion for your work, the good things will come. Well, I don't have no secrets. It's a work ethic. I work hard. It is a part of the greater legacy that I hope that I can leave my boys, you know, and the family and the people who know me. Whenever I go into the field and take a camera, and I call a coyote in within 15 or 20 yards and get a great image, I get that same elation. But yet, he lives another day. And I love to hear him howl at night, and he'll be one of them. I'm proud of my boys. And I tried to teach them, you know, the ethics of good work, you know, a hard day's work. They grew up here in the jail, you know. They grew up gathering firewood with old Dad. It's that progression, that evolution that we all see in life, going from A to Z, and you need to be at Z at my point in life. You need to be at Z.
He's always looking for me with red wine on his teeth, and he's always at my door with a $10 bottle that he's waiting to pour. I lost my love in the hill country. He took a piece of my heart away from me. Among other things, he's a cold heartbreaker. The broken cowboy stole my music maker.
I've been able to maintain this life of independence and freedom because it was instilled in me a long time ago. I think out of sheer hard-headedness and willingness to endure and maintain the lifestyle that I've known has kept me as kind of a free spirit. I have a passion for the land, passion for the wildlife, passion for conservation, and passion for big, wide open country. It's all entwined. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but I tried. Okay?
Among other things, he's a cold heartbreaker. The broken cowboy stole my music maker.